Good day, motorsport fans, and welcome to another action-packed show of car and bike racing here at the Desi Raceway. On this, the 4th anniversary that Des Goodside opened the doors to this fantastic venue. As the action begins at Desi Raceway, we see a capacity crowd come out to witness all the action that was promised to them for the day. Let's get into round 2 of the KZN Road Racing Club Championships.
This is round 2 of the KZN Road Racing Series 2019. We're at Desi's Raceway. It's a beautiful autumn day. We've had a full turnout. Trevor, I know you guys have had an absolute cracker day here at Desi's Raceway. Take me through about how many entries you had and tell me about the day in general.
We topped out at about 175 entries. That's including we call double entries where the guys have entered in 2 different classes.
Clint Macy Hicks. Clint, you've been involved in sponsoring the event. Tell me a little bit about that.
You know, last year doing a little bit of sponsorship from our digital agency called Rocket Digital, and then this year we're really starting to push carshop.co.za, which is an online shopping portal. You know, we hope that everyone goes to CarShop in the future to go and look for when looking to buy a used car. So yeah, we decided that CarShop would take over from Rocket and really push racing in KZN this year.
Race 1 retro cars winner convincingly. We're talking to Meredith Willis. Meredith, fastest in quali. You won the race 1, 7-second gap between you and the next best car there. You must be over the moon.
I'm delighted, I really am. It's been an absolute great race. The day is going so well, I just hope it stays that way. I knew at the start with Oliver next to me that turn 1 was going to be the deciding factor. Unfortunately, he did get past me, but my luck is that he had a head gasket go and kind of handed me the win. It would have been difficult to beat him, but anyway, I'll take a win whichever way.
An exciting time of the morning for many of the petrol heads that come to the Desi Raceway. Here we see the retro entries come to the line. They're rolling out on track. Their warm-up lap as they come back to the start. One incredible race lined up here. 21 cars all waiting to see who takes the checkered flag. We see Oliver Broom getting the jump on firm favourite there, Meredith Willis in that Mark II Escort car number 40. They race up the hill to turn 3. As they disappear up the hill to turn 2, we see a spin out from Manfred Schroeder there as he exits turn 3, but nevertheless still manages to salvage his good result at the end of the day by finishing in that 3rd place overall. Red Sutton there racing hard there, right on the tail there of John Brunner as they approach a turn 5. Trying to squeeze through on the inside line, but getting the door slammed there. Manfred Schroeder desperately trying to make up for that lost time and looking pretty threatening right now. Well, here in car 152 we see the Mark II Escort there of Quinton Willis, who had a very consistent day in race 1 and 2 with 2 5th place overalls. Here we see Nikita Nell in the mean green Ford Escort Mark I. They're really trying hard, brand new to the sport there and eager to get amongst some of the faster drivers. There we see Rory Nosser in the autocomplete entered 1310cc Mini looking pretty solid on track. So we see the Power Sport and the 300 class riders coming out on track there, and action straight away there as Blaze Baker goes to the front there, followed there by Malcolm Rudman and Nikolai Conchi slotted in that 3rd position. Great start there for the 53 bike there of Llewellyn Purin, their multiple champion there, making sure that nobody beats him there to turn 1, 2 and 3.
Right, so here we are with
with the man who's just pulled off a sensational win in the first heat of the day, Malcolm Rudman. Malcolm, one great race, and you had a lot of big names with you: Blaise Baker, Nikolai Conchi, Jesse Conchi, Craig Bishop, Duncan Day, Lou Imperium, and it goes on and on. A strong race from you, another exciting day at the office.
Yes, no, definitely. Blaise and Nikolai, they've really upped their game since the last race. The last race was kind of a walk, if I can, because my bike was very quick, but now I see the guys have upped their game on the Yamahas and they really are very competitive. I'm surprised how good the guys were riding today.
Malcolm reports that a lot of oil on the track, the cars, that's why they had to. Was the track tricky out there with all the oil?
It was in certain sections, like a turn 5 wide line there was oil, but I mean we could ride around it, we don't need much tar to make it happen. Maybe like a meter or so and we're good to go,
Malcolm, championship is no doubt what you are looking for, the 300 class championship, and now that you've got a great sponsor, M Projects and Klebok there, do you believe it's possible?
Yes, no, definitely it is. With their help, none of this would have been possible.
Malcolm, all the very best. I know a lot of your fans are here, and all the very best for your second heat.
Thank you.
Coming out of turn 3, Anya Conchi there, hard pressed there by Sean Dupree. Closely contested, the Blaise Baker just managing the whole of Malcolm Rudman. KTM Durban's Craig Bishop in action. I believe Nikolai Conchi and Blaise Baker. Nikolai Conchi, your regional 300 and 600 class champion, and Blaise Baker, your national 600 class champion. Both racing for GP Racing under the guidance of team principal Ghana Pillay. Yeah, we explode into action here with the biggest class of them all there. This is the modified saloons here, made up of super modifieds, modified A's, B's and C, all striding there to become the champions at the end of the day and the championship at the end of the year. This is a difficult class to compete in. Hank Lombard in the VW Scirocco, who took first overall in Class B for the day. Adrian Dalton making the pass on Pierre Potgieter heading into turn 1. Watching the unstoppable Elton Fuchs there, super modified driver, multiple champion there, heading down into another victory. Very solid performance there from modified A driver Gary Commons there as he brings the 222 car home to a third place overall. Here we see Shireen Raj Paul there making the pass on Adrian Dalton, only to lose it back to Adrian there at the end of the day, taking second place overall. Yeah, we're watching probably one of the hardest drivers there on the day there, Gary Brown there in the Mark 1 Ford Escort there, leading a whole brigade there of our Class C drivers there. Gary eventually taking first overall in class. Pierre Potgieter not believing his luck there with 2 fires and 2 meetings and another burnt out Mark 1 Golf. But yeah, we watch some of the Class C competitors in action there. Class designed for the newcomers to the sport there that really want to become top drivers there and usually finding their footing. Dave Burton running a bit hot into that left-hander. They're putting 2 wheels on the dirt but doing well to keep it back on the tarmac. Richard Loynes in the modified B class here running on to a very, very good third place overall. Cement dust kicking up in the background there behind the Bowler World flags. Powerhouse Toyota Taz of Denver Brandas there with mechanical failure and parked at the side of the road. And not another day. Ronald van Rensburg there out of the Dunlop South Loop there, looking pretty strong there, but his day was to end in disaster day, not finishing in the top 3. Drag race down to turn 1 between 2 Class B cars there, Chris van der Westhuizen in the Polo and Richard Loynes in the Golf. Here we see Barry Liggins in the yellow GSM Dart racing down the home straight. Watching some of the mini GPs waiting to get underway there. This is the program formulated by KZN Road Racing to try and promote new blood into the sport from the tender young age of 6 years old. The guys come to the line with whatever goes for them, and they run 3 10-lap heats on the north loop of Desi Raceway, and it always makes for good, exciting racing. Most of the kids there are the sons of the fathers, and it was a great day for Riley Day, son of Duncan Day, who came out trumps at the end of the day there on bike 41. Well, this is the Formula Extreme Superbike race there, made up of 600s and 1000cc motorcycles there, with some of the top names in the country mounted on these motorbikes. It's certainly a huge crowd puller there. Everybody gets up to the fence to watch this one out there, and we were certainly in for an absolute nail-biting day between these superbike riders, 600s and 1000s.
Ooh, that was Blaze Baker with a big off there. That's going to cost him some expensive points.
Watching a slow motion shot there of crowd favourite there, Malcolm Rudman in action there. Certainly a huge crowd puller, and the sound of these bikes there certainly makes the hairs on the neck stand up. Everybody loves superbike racing. With one of our onboard cameras there, taken from the carshop.coza bike there of Clint Massey Hicks running down the circuit there, and one gets to see just how tight this track is for the superbike riders there. Clint Massey Hicks, certainly one of the stars on the day there. This with a lot of bad luck in the morning there with radiator problems there, I think deterred him from finishing in the top 3. So it was high budget, exciting racing for the sports cars and super GTs who were to race 3 10-lap heats on the day. Everybody rocking up to see the excitement of these sports cars, the high budget racing, and it was to be a huge day for Mike McLaughlin in the backdraft Cobra there, who broke the long-standing lap record of Jackie Scheckter in the Lamborghini from a 112.3 to a 112.2, and we see the action from the sports cars and super GTs.
Class 1 there. Done and dusted. 10 laps of exciting racing there. Well, man who came out victorious there in the Ultima Class 774, Stuart Kidgel. Stuart, a 1:13.1. You guys weren't. You were under second off the lap record, so a little bit more pace in the second heat. Who knows? We could be celebrating another new lap record, not far away from it. But a great scrap there with you, Mike McLaughlin. Just talk us through the race. How did it go?
Then, yeah, fantastic. Firstly, nothing like this happens without a lot of help, and I've had some mates who really changed, the game changer in terms of getting the car prepared, and it shows today. You know, the guys that know me well say I spend more time fixing than driving, and this time was just a case of get behind the wheel and go. The quickest I've been here. I really look forward to a scrap with Mikey. I've known him forever, and we were close, and it looked like it was going to be real fun, but unfortunately they've broken something. Hopefully they come back. His 12 to a lap record is only a temporary thing, then you should know that. So we'll be back. We're looking for that.
Well, you had some good competition from Lawrence Smith and the Akrapovic Porsche 911. He's got some good pace going there, and I'm sure you had them in your sights. Watched them in the rearview mirrors there, and of course Sun Woodley came on strong there. It was always going to be an exciting race. Sports Car Super GT, second place there. Amanda had a great drive there. Lawrence Smith there to come home in second place. Only one man ahead of you, and a very incredibly quick Ultima, Stuart Kidgel. A good drive. Are you happy with your performance?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Stuart's Ultima is really quick, and to keep him honest there throughout that race, I think kept him on his toes. Tried to push him into a mistake, but yeah, he drove very well. And obviously the Ultima is really quick down the straight, so it makes it difficult. But we'll obviously keep trying and see if we can get him in the second race.
Doing the commentary there, I imagined you looking in your rearview mirrors there, but keeping a watchful eye out for the Bigfoot Express Porsche of Mr. Sun Woodley, who we know is always going to be quick and always be threatening. Some really quick cars in your race there. It's made things interesting. The fans are loving it there. And what's your take on the more competition coming to the line?
No, it's great. You know, we've gone from strength to strength. I mean, the KZN Road Racing Club, as you know, is just a phenomenal event. We're attracting more and more competitors, bigger and bigger crowds. You're doing a great job on the commentary, which I think keeps it interesting for everybody, lets them know what's going on in the races and who's doing what. And the competition's been fantastic. You know, Duncan ran away with the championship. He got out in front last year, as you know, and this year I think the competition's a lot closer. It should be a great year.
Carshop.co is a pace car leading the 150 motorcycles out onto the track, made up of 150s and 150 Masters. Now, this class is brought in by the organisers to create new exciting racing from teenage level preferably, but it does include some of the old Masters there, like the Llewellyn Imperials there, just to mention one of the many that come to the line. This class here made up of 4 strokes and 2 strokes. Now the 2 strokes here are the 80cc Japanese motors that are slotted into these frames, and riders can go racing with either choice of 2-stroke, 80cc 2-stroke or 150 4-stroke. Makes for exciting racing in this 150 class. Vince de Bocquier, who started his career in motocross racing there and always pretty hot off the line. Kendra Trevethan, one of our hot lady riders there, and Kendra is always in the top 10. Now you can reduce it down to top 6. Kendra very competitive. Sanjeev Singh, the very popular national superbike star there, but he certainly has looked very good in the 150 class there. Looking down the field, another ex-motocross rider, Forrest Brown there, or also coming to grips with the 150 class there, and certainly from meeting to meeting you see the progress and improvements. Well, certainly another one of the very interesting classes to watch on the day was the 15 bike lineup, super motards, that's made for exciting racing again. And these guys, without fail, every meeting seem to put it together, and close, exciting racing with so much talent coming to the line. Craig Bishop there, he's the KTM man. He's been around the top 3 for the last couple of meetings.
Right, I'm here with Craig Bishop, dealer principal of KTM Durban. Craig, you've had a pretty good day at the track. You got a 3rd overall for the day, so that's a pretty decent day at the office to me. Take me through what the day was actually like out on the track.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. The day was great. I was lucky enough to get a set of Metzer tyres, so great. Thanks very much for the tyres, guys. And took the first session in qualifying to get used to the new tyres and the suspension setup. Got pushed out wide by Carl in the first corner, which made the race interesting, and fought my way back into 3rd. Ran a personal best time in the first race.
A lot of good guys coming through the ranks. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Oaks are hot on my heels at the moment. I was nervous for the weekend. Guys like Leon, Kenneth, Ryan, they've all been practicing. Oaks are trying really hard, it's really competitive.
Craig, tell me about the sponsors. Without these guys, racing can't happen. Who are the guys that are supporting you?
I'd say huge thanks to KTM Durban for all their support, backing me in the racing. Wayne O'Neill, Sean, Brett, all the late nights before the racing, prepping the bike. Huge thanks to Moto for the set of Metzer tyres I received for this weekend. Big thanks to Octane Oils and Trojan Medical, who are also involved with our shops racing throughout the cross-country series and everything else we do.
The super talented Hein Etzel, who I rate is certainly in the top 3 in the country in the motard division. And not far behind his brother, Carl Etzel. Carl Etzel, who rides the 55 bike, and he's always keeping an eye out for his brother Hein Etzel. And whether these guys ride short circuit or long circuit, you'll find them very much wheel to wheel, very, very close racing between the 2 brothers. Another man to watch out for there is Klaus Etzel. Well, Klaus Etzel is the father of the 2 Etzel boys, Hein and Carl, and I've got to say that they probably got their talent from Dad, who predominantly is an overtrack super sprint car driver, and Klaus Etzel, he's been out there riding the Masters division aboard the 86 machine. We move into Time Challenger with a different concept there, where the drivers actually start from pit lane, they go out and they race pretty much against the watch.
All right, so here we are. We're with one of our lady drivers taking on Time Challenge today. Michelle, this is your 2nd race meeting. How did you get started in this?
Well, thanks to hubby. It was always something I wanted to do.
You're digging your heels in and you're looking better and better every time there. And
improving every time, so that's great. I'm just racing my own game, but watch out, watch the space.
And a lot of these guys there are racing in different classes on the day, and they decide to take on the Time Challenge here. A few interesting guys there. Andrew Striker, ex-Shelby Can-Am man, for the first time out there was Jonathan Peterson in the Nissan Z350 there, the number 10 in the world, the DD2 World Karting Championships. So another exciting day at the Desi Raceway there for KZN Road Racing. A special thank you going out to the sponsors there that make it possible. The Start Line, Honda Schlanger, Carshop.Koza, Bala World Ford, Midas, Pirelli, Natal Recovery, and of course your host club there, the KZN Road Racing, and the whole team there that put the whole show together. Big thank you to each and every one of them.